Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for August 2012, and this month I think there's going to be an emphasis on stuff, however you interpret that, your material security, your physical well-being. So definitely a theme this month, and it could be their stuff, not just your stuff as well. Or their physical well-being, that might have your attention, but maybe you are nurturing it and watching it grow, which is very much up your street, Cancer. You could be protecting it, which is also very much your thing. You could be shifting it around, you could be weighing it up, you could be getting your hands on more, or you could be ditching it altogether. So, I mean, it could be manifesting in any kind of way. It could be about money, but it could, and how you can improve that, how you can maybe budget in a different way or get different sources of money coming in, or if it's not money, resources coming in, like chickens for the eggs and the veggie plot, or the wind turbine or the solar panel, or anything to do with basic survival, like, food, water, shelter. And you could be just considering something along those lines, or it might be that this is panning out for you in lesser ways, in more minor ways, but definitely there's a feeling of casting around for ways to stretch what you have, or to make more from it, or to capitalize on it in some way or another. And it could be a project which is ongoing, developing, but it does need your continued practical, nurturing attention. And you could be looking into the material pluses and minuses of a financial situation or property, lines of supply, and definitely quality will have your attention. What is a worth, what is a quality, and some of you could be also, another thing about where the Sun is and where Mercury is, you should be digging your own territory, and that's you, and that's the talents that you came in with. You should be digging that patch of ground and putting in the seeds and watching them grow. So things that you've had a leaning towards, things that you enjoy doing, those will be connected to your talents. What is it that makes you feel the most excited at the moment? What is the area that if you sat down and thought, now what would I prefer to be doing? Unless you're very lucky and you actually are doing the thing of your highest excitement at the moment. But in my life, every day, what would I like to be integrating into my life every day? That will be connected to a natural inclination, a natural leaning that you have in your psychological makeup. So maybe looking into how to make more of talents that you have. And everybody's got one, at least one. So a good moment for you to consider making the most of the patch of ground which is called you. Venus is still in this background area until the 8th of August, and that means that you may have been putting yourself out more for others, maybe putting personal desires on one side, and just making yourself available in that sort of a way. Maybe there's been a little team going on in the background, or maybe one-to-one work going on in the background, and you've been keeping feelings to yourself. You very much an area where you've been doing higher service for others, helping others with your undoubted sensitivity, Cancer, and maybe burning the midnight oil and beavering away in the background, and people don't just quite realize how much you are doing for them. And during this time, since April, you should have been protecting your boundaries and looking after yourself more, really engineering time out for you when they knock on the door. You're not there, you're gone. And that would have been a good thing. But as I say, it's moving out of there now in August the 8th, and hey, guess what? It's coming into your sign. Venus, the planet of love and beauty and harmony and grace and material potential, material success, physical balance, is going to arrive in your sign, and that means that treats could be in the pipeline for you. And they could be romantic ones, or they could be material ones, or they could be physical ones, but definitely will open the door. She opens the door to flow into your life and provides perhaps a boost in your relationships. It will start to be a more overtly sociable time, not with so much of that sort of feeling of martyrdom with it, if there has been, in your relationships. And you come across as attractive, you come across as appealing, you come across as having potential yourself, or you hold something of value which others want to pay you for, or want a piece of in some way, whether it's money, which it could be, or whether it's in some other way. And during that Venus transit there, you might be feeling a little bit more self-indulgent and want to go in for some retail therapy. And I say, why not? After Venus has been so long in that very background, rather sort of saintly area that it has been in. So bringing more balance into your life is altogether a good thing, and it will tend to balance you out, balance things in relationship, but just make sure that the flow that Venus is opening in your life is flowing, in a healthy way towards you rather than from you, because there's no opinion on it. It's just a stream of flow. So you could be putting your hand into your pocket more, and we all have to, but not too much. So use your talents wisely, be developing those talents of yours, and during this transit you can capitalize on those as well. Jupiter, the long transit of Jupiter, is bringing fresh opportunities for you to learn about yourself and your inner needs. So really, with Jupiter in the background area that Venus has left, you should be going into things which reflect yourself back to yourself. Some of you might be interested in psychotherapy, counseling, that kind of thing, or doing things like yoga and Tai Chi, spirituality, spiritual healing, imaginative work, beavering away at a major opus in the background, whatever it is. So you can really maximize the potential of Jupiter in that very background area, because once Jupiter's finished in that background area next year, we'll be going into your sign. And so what you've gleaned and what you've ditched and got rid of in your baggage as well, Jupiter's going to help you to do that during these months. Very much then you come out this clean slate, this lean machine, hopefully next year. Now, conversations tend to have a materialistic slant or a health orientated slant, either for yourself or for somebody else. Useful resources, money or property will be emphasized. I've already said this, but it's like your mind will be very much on it, and thoughts and ideas will be on it, watching the piggy bank, maybe having to take on more paperwork because of this. And having conversations with people even when you're not in the mood because of this. And if you play your cards right and you understand how to manifest what you want for the highest service of yourself and for others, nearest and dearest perhaps, then you can do well. Information gathering, and also bargaining type, negotiation type situations could center around income or property or possessions, and how you may capitalize and capitalize upon it, but maximize your natural gifts, maximize what you got already, and appreciate what you can do with what you got already. Whatever it is, how small a thing it is, all you need is a seed, really, and that's a very, very tiny thing. And the mustard seed, is huge. It's a tiny seed, but it grows into a huge tree. So it doesn't have to be anything much, but it takes you to see, to have the vision of the potential of what it can all grow into. And this is using the law of attraction, of course, is to see that, you know, how you can manifest what you want. So keep the faith with that. And buying, selling, renting, leasing, any of these sorts of things could be on your mind as well. Now Mars is at the root of your solar chart until the 24th of August, which means that you could be busier in and around a base of operations. You're getting organized with wherever or whoever that you're anchored with just at the moment, whether it's short-term, long-term, and more demands on your time and physical effort, physical energy. This may be centered around property, a living space, family members, a tribe, within a neighborhood, or over the wires, or some kind of community, people that you consider to be in your inner circle maybe. You may feel that you're working to set up foundations within a neighborhood, or some sort of place to provide a launch pad which can underpin your overall life direction, your career, your professional ambitions, or just your ambitions. And but it can feel that the way is strewn with challenges and distractions, which are all grist to your mill, Cancer, because even though you would hugely prefer a more settled feeling in this quite emotional area of your solar chart, if you meet the challenges as they come, this is you graduating, this is you paying your dues, moving on. Just for your information, around mid-month we've got a very slowing energy being exerted by Saturn on Mars, and this is akin to the brakes being applied to your natural impulses. So you may feel this energy is extra pressure, or frustrating, or just a lowering of your vitality in the areas that I've mentioned, you know, and you just having to do the work, or see it through, whatever the thing is. It's relatively brief. It's just over the few days over mid-month to slightly before mid-month and on to mid-month, and maybe a day after. But overall, Mars here until the 24th of August could mean a lot more hustle and bustle on the home base, in and around where you're located at the moment, or increased demands on your ability to keep your house in order, not to do those knee-jerk responses because somebody can push your buttons more easily. Oh yes, that could be happening too. As always with Mars, there could be moments of tension with family or with those around you, and they can surface now and again because this is, as I say, quite an emotional area. And this transit tends to trigger memories as well, and harking back to the past, being nostalgic. Wasn't it good when? Of course, you completely overlook all the problems you had when, back then, way back then. But you know, the rose-tinted spectacles come on. But you know, you can feel a bit like that, and very much the past coming into the present, maybe in some way. So best to get on with you know, what you got in front of you. And as I say, this is an important time, an important year for us all now, because we are all having to deal with, you know, the last minute really difficult problems over this year. And now from the 24th, Mars enters a more creative, enterprising, playful and some more romantic area of your solar chart. So it's a much brighter, lighter vibration that Mars will be activating in your solar chart from the 24th, and it's very creative as well, actually, and enterprising. So you get more, you get your creative juices flowing from there. And from the 22nd, you could be mentally or physically much busier. more on the go, on the move more, making new connections, and dealing perhaps with more paperwork, but using your writing and speaking skills as well, and developing those, and any other self-expressive skills that you have. And that's it for August. If you go to my website, you'll find, after a couple of glitches, I understand it is there now, and you'll set this against the background of what's written there about the slow-moving outer planets, if you have a quick read through that. And also, if you'd like to find your rising sign or your moon sign, it's very important actually for you to find your moon sign and listen to the forecast for those, and sort of make a picture for yourself of what, to give yourself an idea of what might be coming up over the month ahead. And I wish you well, and I'll see you the next time.